Hey everybody, it's Bitcoin Steven and the BTC Guru. How are you all doing today? What's going on out there?
I'm doing great. I hope everybody else is doing good. Good to see you again,
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah, it's going to be fun. Today's show is going to be kind of exciting. We're going to be talking about some pretty interesting things. Really, you see all these different altcoin communities that are popping up out there, and you know, Doug is really the BTC Guru is really deep into this technology and really understands a lot of the things that really make this work. And he's going to be sharing some information today that I really find it's just really, really amazing for people to be looking at and understanding this information, so you really can figure out if you should be investing in the right kind of a coin or not. Right, Doug? There's just so much cool stuff out there.
Yeah, there is a ton of cool stuff. Let me share my screen. Oops, I'm getting there. There it is. You can see that, right, Steve?
Yeah, here, let me open that up. Big full screen. There you go. Take this other thing away.
So this, just to give a little history, way back when, right when blockchain and cryptocurrency was happening, I helped an organization called it's the Nikola Tesla Foundation. We're a big part of it. It's up in Canada. They launched a token called the Nico token up there, and it was a gentleman named Steve. I forget his last name. I'll give him full credit as soon as I look it up. It's been a few years, but he developed. Through this process, we kind of refined down what is a good token, what's a great cryptocurrency, what's something that you should stand behind, and what are is there a core qualification?
What are the pillars, right? What are the pillars? What are the legs it has to stand on, or it's going to fall down?
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah. And we came up with the three main pillars, and they're right here in the middle: community, liquidity, and technology. And I've said this before on our tokens, that these are the main things. If a token has community, liquidity, and technology, then it's built for success. Now, will it be successful? Nobody knows the future. Other things come into play, but it's got the foundations of success if there's good people around it, and they got these other things that are kind of on this outside circle here, then it's probably going to be a very successful token with proper documentation, and there's awareness, and there's education, and you got great conversion on it, and integration into other tokens or networks or companies, and a great technology and a great user experience. Boom. So Bitcoin has all of this. It has a community that's worldwide and growing on a daily basis. With all the stuff we've been talking about, like with PayPal, with their onboarding and Venmo and all that kind of stuff, that is going to only increase the community. As far as liquidity, in seconds, you can turn it into dollars, you can turn it into Ethereum, you can turn it into whatever you want. In fact, I read an article in Robb Report that the largest in Miami, the largest real estate transaction was done. It was $23 million penthouse that was sold for Bitcoin.
Yeah, great. So, that was cool, huh?
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I was like,
that's so sweet. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's one of the largest real estate. This is going to start. We're not going to be amazed anymore, because it's going to start happening all the time now. Go ahead.
Well, with some of these altcoins and stuff, communities kind of different things to different coins in some respects, isn't it? Yes. Because with Bitcoin, obviously, like you were talking about, it's all about being, really, is it a currency that can be used and interact with the currencies, right? Where a lot of the other coins that are coming out now, I think community is going to be more of a social thing. Yeah, can you add some to that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the perfect example is what we were talking about off the air with the Wolf coin, what's called the Dire Wolf.
Dire Wolf.
Yeah, Dire Wolf coin. It's the community is the show. What's the name of that show?
It's a bunch of fans, right? So it's
a bunch of fans from the Game of Thrones. Yeah, from the Game of Thrones show. And so that's a passionate community. So they got that community pillar nailed. And then you got to look at the other two, the technology, and they got a really cool technology. They run on the Ethereum blockchain. So that obviously there's a great technology there, and it's only getting better. And then the only thing, and they're working on right now is liquidity. Part of that liquidity is the price, and so they have attributes in their token to incentivize you to hold it and not just turn it and flip it. Hold it for long term, and so which will drive the price up. So they've got the makings of these three pillars here, and so we're looking. Steve and I are actually just evaluating this one as an example, and we're looking at the outside circle right now of all this other stuff, and they're checking off all the boxes. So and Steve's actually talking about having one of the gentlemen from there on the show, so we could talk more about it. But this is kind of this is the core of what we, Stephen and I, want to provide to you to help you get into
to help you understand, like these are the components, right? These are the three pillars, okay? And you can't have a complete thing with two pillars or one pillar. It's like you have to have all three of these things. And I think what you're saying is this is kind of like just the entry point, right? Because then once you get in here, then you get in. Now you really have to look at what really is the community. What really are there? What are they saying? They're certain committed. I mean, is certain things going to certain causes? I mean, what are their beliefs? What really are they all about? It's kind of like an onion, right? You got to get in there, and first, they got the onion, and then you got to start peeling back the layers of all three of these things to see, really how viable it is. It's not quite as easy as just looking and seeing if it might have these three on the surface, right?
Yeah. So, like, let's take the Dogecoin for example. It's got a great community just because of the meme and Cuban and
Musk
just promoting it out there. So the community is huge. So that pillar is big. The liquidity, it's everywhere. Coinbase just added it to their thing. Gemini added it. So it's everywhere. So the liquidity is going great. Their technology, there's really nothing there. It's there because they run on it's their ERC20 coin. So they run on the Ethereum network, but they don't bring anything to technology at all. But the user experience is great because, hey, you could go to a Mavericks game and buy a bunch of stuff with it. Elon says he was going to, let you use that to buy a Tesla. Okay, whatever. So there's great attributes to that, but they're a little weak on the technology side. So will they be around for the long term? My personal opinion, no. They'll be great in the short term, but around the long, I don't think they're going to withstand the long term because they don't have a great third pillar in the technology side.
Right. And the thing about this is that, each one of these pillars you have to look at, and each one of those is like its own individual core business, right? And you got to look at it. What do they have in relation to from 0 to 100%, right? So if you've got one that's, 100% here and 100% here and 20% here, okay, it's not going to stand. That table's not going to stand very well, right? So it's really important.
Yeah, it's going to wobble to one side.
Yeah, you're going to have wobbly. If you got 60% here, 80% here, and 40% here, I mean, that's not really the kind of table that you probably want to be sitting at. So, the education that we're going to take you through and teach you guys how to do this with the course that we're going to take you through is going to show you how to peel back the onion. Okay, peel back the onion, how to dig down and figure out what you really are dealing with, right? And can we get these up to where they're 100%, 100%, 100%? Looks like, man, they got all their bases covered. Because when you find one of those, that's where the real gold is going to be. But that's where you're going to have the biggest upside. And, if you want to put one of these businesses together yourself, this is you need to go through the same kind of process, right? You need to understand the kind of process that you need to take other people through. And once you understand that, it's going to make a lot of things click and go, wow, wow. Being able to do this is just going to be a skill that's going to be, amazing for you to add to your tool chest.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me, I'm going to pop back over.
Okay.
You can get rid of the sharing. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So the next question I would think in your mind was, why would I want to know this stuff? Why am I going to take time to learn all this stuff? Well, here, the world is transitioning to a crypto blockchain digital currency. It's happening whether you like it or not. The old system is not working. So there's a bunch of layers going on. There's the old system, and the people in the old system still want to stay in control. So you got that going on, which is what why all this fear is being pumped into Bitcoin right now, and the price thing is all crazy right now. But like as we pointed out yesterday, go look at last year's chart. It's about the same. So don't be scared. It's going to happen. And then on the other side, you're seeing all these countries starting to announce. Yesterday, El Salvador, Mexico is going to soon announce that they're going to take basically Bitcoin as their currency. Africa, the continent of Africa, there's a bunch of countries there that are going to do the same thing. So all these small countries are going to start adopting Bitcoin as a currency because they know it's powerful. And like we said yesterday, it puts them on the same level as the biggies, United States and Europe and Canada and Asia and all that stuff. And so there's that going on. So they don't want us, the little guys, accumulating Bitcoin. And so that's why the fear is in here.
Yeah, so the IRS is asking for like $60 million or something so they can track, like they want to be able to track like crypto transfers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody can do it. Just you can download the whole thing into a spreadsheet and do it yourself.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying. See, I mean, it's like they're worried because it's like, people have the freedom. And again, this is one of the things that we talk about. And we take a lot of things for granted living in the United States. I mean, that's where you and I both reside.
Yeah.
But I have had the opportunity to spend a lot of time traveling around the world and been in a lot of different third world countries and been in a lot of different areas where people less fortunate than us do not have these kinds of opportunities. They don't have block.
Yeah, we don't ask for any but Bitcoin, by the way.
Yeah. We don't ask for Bitcoin. So anybody trying to post comments in there saying that we're going to airdrop you a bunch of stuff, okay, it's BS. Don't do it. But the thing that really excites me, because I have been around to different places. My wife's from the Philippines. You see a lot of people out there that everybody's got a phone, right? Everybody's got a phone, but hardly anybody has a bank account. And it's like, as an example, she sends money over there all the time. And every time you're sending money, you got all these big transfer things, and people have to get out of their house to go get the money to physically go to a place, and they have to go physically get it. And they said, this is still how things work in other parts of the world. Okay.
Yeah.
How it works all the time. And, with these types of things, it levels the playing field. Okay. When people start to, get these other different things in place. So, it just gives people so much more freedom and less stress. Okay. And, just a way to be part of the real world. I mean, if you can't get a bank account and you don't have access to funds and money and stuff, it's like, pretty tough way to, be successful. Right.
Yeah. And so this is the future. So if this is the future, if we all could agree on that, then you need to jump in and accumulate as much of this future now as possible. And that's what we're here to help you do. Yeah. That's what we're doing. And so we're just going to share how we're doing it. And, that graphic we showed you is one of our evaluation processes of how we look at and evaluate other cryptocurrencies and stuff to see if we should participate in them and such. And we're going to train you to do the same thing. Your goal should, over these next, we got a short period of time too. The window's not that big. So over this next, year, 12 months, it could be even less than that, accumulating as much Bitcoin and solid alternate coins, Ethereum is one of them. I believe Cardano is one of them. And the list goes on, is very, very important because there's a whole shift of wealth. There's a huge wealth shift happening. It's a whole other topic that I don't want to go into. But if you want to participate in that, we're your avenue to be able to do that.
Well, yeah, you've got to, and it all starts with, with self-education. Okay. And self-education, guys, it's the biggest one of the biggest markets in the world. It's $355 million a day business that Forbes says is going to be $1 billion a day by 2025. And why is that? It's because you can't go to school and learn this stuff. This stuff is happening now. And it's like the people that it's like, where are you going to go learn it? MIT or Stanford? It's like if you get into the right place, they probably have some classes on it, but not a lot of places to learn it. And you need to understand it, because otherwise, you might think, oh, wow, this is a great opportunity over here. And somebody told you it was a great opportunity, and you go throw some money at it and it doesn't work for you. And you think, oh, it's a scam, it's a fraud, it's a this or it's a that. But that's kind of just like going to, to Vegas and saying black or red. There's really it's very arbitrary. You need, if you have education, you understand what to look for. then you can see where the value is. And so knowledge is king. And one of the most important things I think that everybody needs to know is that you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. You don't know what you don't know. And you want to be around other people that know things that you don't know. Okay. And in this industry, all it takes is one, if you find the right one, okay, you just spend a little time every day and you get better at this and practice. I mean, you could literally throw a couple $100 at something and change your life forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever. Okay. Now you can play the lottery all the time. A lot of people out there play the lottery every single week. Okay. But nothing ever happens, right? They're not doing anything different. They're not just studying lottery. They're not studying all of this stuff, right? This is like, you can literally go out and learn what this is all about and just help yourself build a better future, help others build a better future. A lot of you might be agency guys that are listening out there. You've got other clients and customers. Okay, well, if you've got clients and customers, you need to understand what's going on in this space so you can see how that might be able to translate to the people that you already do business with, because now you have a relationship with those people and maybe you can help them move into the future and really help them, grow their business exponentially.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, you nailed it. You basically summed up what today is all about, and that's getting that knowledge of this where we're heading. Otherwise, we're going to get there, and you're going to be at the last of the line, and you're not going to know what's going on. So, as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, as a medium business owner, large business owner, it's very, very important to learn about this blockchain Bitcoin world and learn how you can operate it now and into the future. And that's what we're here to help. MicroStrategies, Michael Saylor, he's been, he's a Bitcoin, he's only been in it a year. He learned about it last March of last year. Yeah. And he's invested billions of dollars of his personal and his company's money into Bitcoin. And they're doing another, they're selling more preferred shares, and all the proceeds from their selling preferred shares that's happening right now, they're buying Bitcoin with it. Right. Why are they doing that? And he's not the only one. He's a lot smarter than I am. This guy's an MIT graduate. He knows economics inside and out. He knows a lot of, way more than me. I learned from him. Every show I watch, I learned from him. And he's got that calm confidence. You know how, there's some guys that just have that, and women too. I'm sorry, not to include everybody, but they have that calm confidence because of what they know. They know this. They've done their research. They're confident in the knowledge that
you do know what you know.
Right, exactly. And he's putting billions of US dollars behind all this, and he's not the only one. So if this is a fad, or like they said the internet was, if this is a crash, like a lot of people like to label it, it's not a crash, it's just a cycle. Then why are these people putting billions and billions of dollars? Why are there countries adopting Bitcoin as their basically main currency? Because there's smarter people than us that know this is the future. So why not, grab on their coattails and ride it away, because it could change your future.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be part of it. Whether you're whether you're watching or you're part of it.
Right.
So if you're going to be involved in the game, you may understand that you're in a game, and you may as understand what the rules are of the game, and then you may as well learn how to play the game. Because at the end of the day, the better you can play that, the more opportunity it's going to create for you and your family.
Yeah.
And, if you're watching Doug and I, and you guys are watching this, on a regular basis, and, you're obviously interested in learning more about this fascinating industry or being part of the discussion. So, and the only way you can do that is you got to jump off the sidelines and come join us and be part of a team and, be part of a group of people that wants to go out and share this and help other people, learn this. I mean, one of the guys, Peter Diamandis, is one of the smartest guys, that I've ever had the opportunity to come across. And, he just talks about how if you want to, really make a big difference, you got to find a problem where you can, if you want to be a billionaire, you got to help a billion people. Okay. Help a billion people. Okay. And if you wanted to be able to do that, you could literally go out and help a billion people in this kind of an industry, because this is where you can help people, in other parts of the world, really further their life and be able to
Yeah.
have other opportunities that they can't have any other way. And at the same time, just by going out and helping empower all these other people, okay, the financial remuneration, okay, will just follow. Okay, solve a big enough problem, you help enough people, okay, the money takes care of itself.
Yeah,
And
you nailed it. There's a huge mindset. We are born, at least I was, and you were too, into this fiat dollar. If you're from the United States, dollar-based mentality,
right.
and you got to change that mentality. You got to basically. It's taken me 8 years to change my denomination from dollars to Bitcoin, because that's the future, and it should be measured that way. It shouldn't be measured dollars, especially what's happening around there. They're just printing dollars like it's nothing. I mean, they're throwing around. It's funny. I watched some little clip of the news, and they're throwing around the word $1 trillion like it's nothing. If you've seen $1 trillion, it's a lot. It's way different than $1 billion. Let's put it that way.
It's 1,000 billion.
Yeah, it's not a small amount of money. It's a lot of money. It would fill up a county, a state if you had the $1 bill. It's huge.
Yeah.
Go type it in. There's example after example after example about how much $1 trillion, and they're throwing around like it's nothing. Oh, it's a $6 trillion budget. Who cares? But that's why the dollar right now is becoming worthless. You can't measure.
Some people want to still stand by that, right? I saw Trump today, and he's like, Trump says he hates Bitcoin because he still wants the dollar to be the most, powerful dollar in the world. And it's like, well, I
mean, there's ways to do that. You could back it by a real thing, but
if you really want that, there's a difference between wanting it, okay, and saying it, okay. Because if you wanted to do that, you could do it. But you can't do it by just continuing to print trillions of dollars and trillions of dollars and throwing it into the economy. I mean, since the pandemic started, they've printed the amount of money that's been put back into the money supply has been 40% of what it originally was. I mean, so it's like, talk about dilution. I mean, how much?
We just lost 40% of buying power. Our dollar went from worth to buying something for $1. It's cost us $1.60 to buy the same thing.
Right.
Okay. And then you have the whole supply thing and the shortages, the artificial shortages they're creating in the supply chain. It's even worse. So our point is, I don't want to get doom and gloom on you, but our point is you got to jump into this future and change your mentality and take action. I'll give a personal example. I was just not happy with my my exercise and health routine. It was just I was at a plateau. I wasn't making any progress. And so, about a week ago, I decided I'm doing the same thing every day and expecting different
results.
Right. But that doesn't work, does it? We learned that over and over. That's the definition of insanity.
Exactly.
And so, about a week ago, I got to change something. So, I get up at 4 and I do my meditations and my research and stuff and do work and stuff. So I decided, hey, I'm going to start the day off with the lemon juice with the water, and then go straight to my walk right there. And I'll meditate during my walk. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's making a difference. And I'm having a different outcome now. It's great. I got more energy through the day and blah, 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 all that good stuff that happens when you make a change like that. So we collectively, we, the people of the world, have to make the same thing for this new, monetized system that we're moving into. You got to make a change. You got to change your thinking. And money is just, like Steve pointed out, money is just a tool. It's just a resource to basically why are we here? Why are we alive? To accumulate money because you can't take it with you.
Right.
But can you change people's lives while you're here using the resources, including money and your talents? Yes, you can. And that I believe, is one of the ultimate goals of humankind, and together that we can help each other and improve each other's life. We don't have to live in lack. You don't have to live in a lack mentality. It's a choice. It's a choice of us, we the people. Right. And if you choose abundance and you choose to dive into this blockchain world and Bitcoin world, it will change your life. I'll throw it back to you, Steve.
Yeah, kind of just going back to what you were saying. We're all creatures of habit, okay? And we all do what we do because that's just kind of what we do, right? But unfortunately, this pandemic created a lot of bad, thing for us, because create a lot of bad habits. Because, a lot of times now, instead of getting up and going to the gym all the time, I was a good example. I always went to the gym, now all of a sudden I'm locked down. Okay. Now I don't go to the gym. Now I'm not, and getting back and going again has been really, really hard. Okay. It's been really, really hard. And my health is not the same. You deal with the same things. Now the pandemic has also driven everybody down into the computer world, to where, you're spending a lot more time online doing things. And, you just want to take that time, if you're spending all this time online, and figure out how you can use that time. And we got to change the habits at the end of the day. It's kind of like, if you want to really make something, change a habit, it takes 21 days really to affect change. You've got to actually do something different for 21 days. If I want to start shaving, on the other side of my face, I have to put a little note up on my mirror, kind of tell me for a while until actually you do it. And then you can create a new habit. But, the point I really kind of go back to is this pandemic put us all into a lot of really bad habits. We didn't try to create a lot of these things where we're at right now. A lot of people have really kind of gone down into a dark tunnel and had a lot of challenges. And, we got to pull ourselves up, man. We got to get up here and learning every day, and getting new education and being part of a community is really powerful, and it can kind of help you go there. So I think people are looking for some leadership now. They're for people to kind of help guide them through where we go. What do we do now? It's a new world out there. And, people need that. And, we're going to be here to, between Doug and I, we've got 80, probably 70, 80, 90 years of experience. We got a lot of experience out there, all as entrepreneurs. Okay. We have not been guys that work for other people. We build businesses. That type of thing. Okay. And we're learning as we're going through this evolution of the blockchain. We're continuing our education so we can help better ourselves and also be able to better our community. So we're really happy that you guys want to be a part of it. And, stay tuned. We got some really exciting things that are coming up as we're kind of transitioning through the kind of things that we really see are the most important things to be teaching people out there. We don't want to go out and teach you the ABCs if the ABCs isn't really what you need to know. We've been, the more we're involved doing this, the more we're really figuring out our own direction as to, where we can help add the most value to our community. Right, Doug?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we'll wrap it up here. We're coming up on 30 minutes. You got to take action. It's probably the good summary of what we're talking about in this last part of the meeting. It's time to take action. It's times now that this window of opportunity, and the opportunity is tremendous, and the opportunity window is right now. It's going to close really soon, so it's time to take action.
Right. And I'll finish off with saying, one of my biggest mentor and coach has been Tony Robbins. Okay. And Tony, he's got a really good saying with that. He says, you need to put massive action behind, what you're trying to do. And we need to be smart enough to see whether or not we're getting closer to or further from our objective. Okay. Evaluate that, and then put massive action again behind it. Okay. Evaluate it. and if you just commit to that, okay. One of the things he says, if you can just try and work and get 1% better every day, 1% more knowledge every day. At the end of the year, you don't have 300% more knowledge because you've got compound growth. Okay. So substantially more than that. So taking action, guys, that's the most important thing you can do, because, if we, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always have what you have right now. Okay. Yeah. And with that, we're going to say, see you tomorrow.
Adios.
All right, guys. Thanks.